Trey, Yogi's doing a really great job, and kudos to Mike Pelletier and everybody for J-Bones and helping out, and Christina and Yogi. Trey, this is something that you were kind of doing more track-wise than rider safety and stuff like that. But I do feel, and there were things that got you pretty frustrated, and you didn't do it for that long. But I almost feel like, Trey, you were a little ahead of your time in trying to help the current racers. Yours, again, was more track stuff, but Yogi's involved with track stuff. And now Yogi's doing it, and there's a more – I think it's working, and maybe where you ran into some walls.
I'm so happy that you're there, Yogi. Like, I just I got really frustrated on my end. I felt like I just ran into a ton of roadblocks. And maybe my deal kind of pushed this forward, into actually happening. But but dude, I'm so happy that you're there, because I think we miss like people coming back and putting back into the sport. There's a lot of us that are going to complain about people cutting the track or people making bad passes, but how many of us after our career are going to be coming back and actually giving a really good perspective like you are?
And it's not for the money.
You know what I mean? What's Yogi getting out of it?
Right.
He gets to ride an electric KTM around at the outdoors. I don't know.
Right.
100%. Yeah,
I do like.
No, I mean, I really appreciate it, Trey. I appreciate you saying that, because I have worked super hard this year, and like I was telling Mathis this weekend, I've totally gotten out of my comfort zone as a person. Like, I've never really tried to go out and just talk to people, just had, but that is my job, is to communicate and to try to get AMA and try to get the riders, team managers, everybody in the pits to have a better relationship with AMA, and that's kind of why I'm there. But to go back to that, though, Trey, I think you were ahead of your time. I mean, you were 100%, because your discipline and dedication to racing was, above and beyond most everybody that's ever done it. And I know that you've done that. You put that same effort into trying to make the tracks better. But I think now, maybe with me, I think that there's different people in place that has helped me to make the changes. Because, I mean, the guys that failed, like Mike Mewey, he's tough. He runs the show. There's certain things he wants to see, and there's no way around it. He's not changing that. But he also has a liaison now that he didn't have if he was doing it back then, is Robo. And Robo, he goes around and he does the same thing I do. He talks to everybody, makes sure everybody's happy, and he's kind of somebody that I've developed a really good relationship with. And honestly, I didn't just jump straight in it and try to be like, hey, y'all need to change the whoops, y'all need to change this jump pace, y'all need to do this, because, I mean, who am I to do that? I mean, me and you both are somebody that raced forever and has a lot of experience, but at the end of the day, you and I haven't been building tracks for 10, 20, 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
100%,
these guys, these Dirtworks guys, they really do understand, how the track is going to break down, and they can tell you exactly what this dirt is going to do if they build it this way or if they build it that way. And I honestly just I was all ears at first, and I just tried to listen, and I tried not to overstep. And I just tried to build respect and build the confidence in them. Like, if I just kind of gave them a little bit of this, a little bit of that, here and there. And then it just kind of turned into a lot of respect and everybody kind of working together, Yeah. Because you also have JP, Jimmy Perry, Jimmy Perry, Mathis.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a part of all that. He's more a part of the Nationals as far as running things. But he's also a part of Field and Supercross. So, I tried not to go overboard too quick. But like I said, I just think more people are in place now, that want the same thing that we want.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I've been, feel good about it.
Even Yogi's communication with Levi about you didn't do it right. You can tell you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
With that conversation, look, man, I know what you were doing, and I know you saw red, and you didn't even do it right.
Yeah. I give props to Jimmy and everyone else, but I feel like without your credibility, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I just appreciate, and I hope that more guys follow suit. As you kind of blaze the trail here. I hope that it becomes.
Yeah, Shorty was around for a while.
Yeah. Shorty as well.
We had K-Dub.
Yeah.
K-Dub came out.
Well, Trey, this is something I was telling Mathis this weekend when we were talking was, that really kind of bums me out a little bit, Trey, like that part about it, because, you know, we do have legends in our sport that are a part of racing now. That's been a part of racing since we all stopped racing. And I wish they were more on board with what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I wish they supported it more and spoke out more about what I'm doing with the riders, with AMA, with Feld. Because I'm also heavily, you know, I talk to Feld all the time, MX Sports, like all these guys. Like we're a part of everything because it's all racing.
Yep.
It's not just AMA. And I wish these guys were more in tune, maybe had me on some of their shows more, talk about it, because I will honestly tell you what I just told you about me and Levi. Like, I'll tell you exactly what happened. You know, like I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of anybody or anything. Like, because if I would, I wouldn't be doing it. Because I would much rather be sitting here at home playing golf and riding a dirt bike. But like, I just wish they were more a part of it. And just like I'm saying, like, you know, I would come on there and I would talk about anything and everything like I am tonight and tell you the truth. Because, you know, AMA has got a bad rap forever, and that is why I'm here. Because I was one of the guys that hated AMA. You know, we all hated AMA back in the day. But it's just, things are different now.
Yeah. I don't know. Keep doing what you're doing. Cause
yeah, I agree. It's been good.
Hopefully in 10 years, it's like, I mean, and that maybe that's like kind of
also
a bummer to say, but I just hope it.
Yeah.
If you had asked me my mechanic career, knowing Yogi, because I knew Yogi pretty well through Red Dog, right? So I got to know Ezra pretty well. We went to Georgia a couple times. If you had asked me, is Yogi going to go around the pits and talk to people about the track and penalties in the future? I would have said, no, man, he's the last guy that's going to do this. Like, I got a list of about 30 guys before Ezra Lusk would want to do this job. So, like you said earlier, stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's awesome. Yeah.
100%, man. Like, it has been tough. And, I don't think everybody's comfortable with me, because at the end of the day, I'm wearing an AMA shirt. Sorry, I'm getting all crossed up. But so it is kind of hard, because they think I'm still kind of a little bit of the cop, you know, but I am there to help them. And I really do try to stay away from that part of it. Like you're saying about, you know, the cutting the track on the outdoors and stuff. Like, when I see something, I don't pick up my phone and video it, or I don't call it in and be like, oh, so-and-so just cut the track. Y'all come down here. Like, I try to get Thule to come, and I try to fix the problem before it escalates even worse.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and that is what I try to do. And so the guys are still, some of them are a little bit still kind of gun shy on, like, really welcome me into the truck and being, like, super cool. Like, and I get it. I really do get it. But they just don't really all understand, you know, how deep I've gotten into this.
Do you think?
Look,
do you think there's some guys who don't know who you are? I'm sure.
100%. 100%.
Blows my mind.
I would say 80% of them, Mathis, don't really know. I mean, these guys, Mathis, think about my timeline.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
And,
right.
Well, and I'm also, like, for the last 20 years, I haven't tried to stay relevant.
No.
You know, I don't do the social media thing. I haven't been going to the races. Like, I haven't shoved myself, you know, that's kind of weird to say, but down their throat.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I saw you at Atlanta Supercross with an armband that you made yourself.
My buddy did. My buddy owns hey, for real, my buddy has a Calhoun Motocross up here in Calhoun, Georgia. And he's like, dude, I got these wristbands. They're the same color, I think, as they're going to use this weekend. Let's take them and just see. I'm like, okay, let's do it. See, and he had them, and they were the same color, so we used them all weekend.
Look, I don't know much about what you and Yogi, but just listening to this, right, and knowing Yogi and come from where he's come from, and a little bit about how he is, a little bit more introvert-ish back in the day, not extrovert.
Yeah.
I feel like when you make these decisions or you see the things that you're seeing on the track, the rider's mentality comes first. And I feel like if I'm in the paddock and I'm a rider and I'm a team manager, I would like that, because I feel like, okay, Yogi's going to go rider mentality first just to see what it's going on rider first, and then assess that from there. Like, okay, I know exactly what a rider would do because I was that guy. Just like when he was talking to Levi, like, he knows what he's thinking.
As good
like,
as Thule and J-Bone are, they haven't done
correct.
it. No,
so, like, for me, I would, like, welcome that in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I go like, dude, I would kill to have someone like that when it comes to the track and everything else. It's just, I don't think people realize what they have.
As soon as I told Levi, when you saw Hayden look over and he came over on you, you saw red. And he said, yep, I did. You know, and it's like, I saw it. Like, I know. I mean, I felt the same thing. I would too.
Right.
You know, but I said the thing with Hayden was he's so good at it that he knows, like, he's going to do it and not hold himself up.
Right.
And that is what he did. And I'm like, you need to learn from that, you know, because you need to be able to do that kind of stuff. Because I'm going to see it, and, we're going to go back to the truck, and we're going to rewatch it, and I'm going to go up to the replay room, and I'm going to be like, oh, dang, that was good. You know?
Kudos.
And, you know?
Chris, you've seen Moneyball, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish, like, what we should do for Yogi is, you know, that Jonah Hill's in it. He's like, Billy, this is, you know, the Greek god of walks.
Exactly.
And this is what this guy does. We should put all the riders in front and be like, guys, this is Jeremy McGrath.
Right.
This guy here that doesn't talk much from Georgia, he beat this guy a lot. Straight up. So this is.
But to Kiefer, to add to kind of what you're saying, though, about me kind of, you know, knowing, which, I mean, Trey would do the same thing. You would do the same thing, Kiefer. Like, you guys would have this point of view, you know, and you guys would be good at what I'm doing. It's you know, like Mathis is saying, like, the biggest hurdle for me is just establishing the relationship because I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, another thing, too, is like you're saying about this, not to keep going back to races, but at Charlotte, like, you know, that happened to Seth, that happened to Levi, and then we got another video. Another team manager sent us a video of Hayden, you know, jumping that double before that section, and the video that he sent me, the light on the face of the jump was red. Like, in the video, it was red. Like, I watched it, and it was red. I said, Mike, we got a problem. Like, this light is red. And he's like, Ezra, there's no way. Like, that light on that double is a yellow light. That yellow light can't go red, just like the red lights can't go yellow. So there's no way. I said, Mike, this is red. Look at it. And I showed everybody in the truck, even our scorekeepers and everybody else, like, everybody. And they're like, oh, that's red. So the storms are still happening. It's still freaking raining.
Yeah.
And I said, Mike, you know, we're having to make decisions, like, right then. So I'm like, Mike, get our light guy to meet me out there. We got to go look at these lights. Like, I got to put my eyes on these lights and make sure they're yellow, because I have to just go look at them. I want to take your word for it, but I want to go look at them. So we went out there. He met me out there. Actually, Christina went out there. We all put on boots and everything else, and the freaking lights were yellow. And I'm like, so that kind of made me start thinking. I'm like, okay, I'm half colorblind. Let me add that to it. Like, when I see that stuff, like, I struggle. Like, I tell Mike and Thule every weekend, like, I'm struggling with that light. Like, I'm struggling with it. Like, I can't really tell yellow, red. Like, that's hard. Yellow, orange, red. Like, it all blends in.
Yeah.
Anyways, the light was yellow. So now I'm thinking, so what's going on here? So I'm thinking, okay, so they videoed this from their phone on the TV, Peacock, and then he sends it to my phone. And whatever happens when you do that to videos and how it changes the colors. So now I'm thinking, if these guys really struggle, like, because I don't like the strobe part of the light. I like a solid light. So where I'm going with this, now this brings up the conversation, because now I go back and I'm like, we need to do something with these lights, because that just kind of showed us that with these guys, when they put on goggles, when they put on 20-something tear-offs, because the track was so bad back there in the back with the moisture and all, like, they were going through tear-offs like crazy. You know, how many glares do you think they see? Like, and how many like outside lights from everywhere else that
sweat
make
spots
them maybe see something different?
Yeah.
You know, and on top of it, that I'm struggling to kind of see what this light is color-wise. And especially like this coming weekend when it's going to be under the lights, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we got something we need to really think about this off season, about redoing these lights, getting rid of the strobe part, making it solid, like maybe even completely getting rid of the yellow lights and only having the red lights. You know, having more lead-in lights and then the red light. Anyways, that was kind of the conversation after that, not to get too deep into that, but I'm like, you know what, like, I think there's something here we need to really look into.
And a lot of these
maybe
guys
they got two
too.
goggles on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot,
Trey.
well, a lot of these guys wear clear lenses, iridium. Like there's different lenses.
Yeah.
So,
but I think Yogi and I he's talked to me about this weekend. Like if you think about you're taking a TV and a picture of a TV, and then you're sending that to another iPhone.
Yep.
And like the pixelation of it as it goes down the line, you know, because
Well, you know, I send you back a message that said, "Man, I'm right here looking at it. It's yellow." But really, that just kind of brought up, you know, got me thinking like, okay, if that happened just through two iPhones and one video off of the TV, like, what am I thinking these guys are seeing and with the goggles? And that's when, you know, I brought up the lights, the outside influence of everything else. Like, just we need to look into the lights and maybe try to do something a little bit better. And we are for next year.
You got an idea?
Can I go with it?
Okay, yeah. What's your idea?
Okay, so for my deal, I was trying to design different hay bales and different lighting systems because I always hated the Supercross triple lights. One, because I hit them quite often. But two, because you don't really see the light until you're like there. You know what I mean? And at some point when you're there, it's like
it's dangerous,
dude. If I shut off now, like I'm toast. So you know, like really long, like not string lights, but like I'm thinking like an LED that's like a bar that goes from the top of the face of the jump all the way to like
the base,
the total base, and like one solid color, like you're saying, it's only on. You know, if something's catastrophic, but
that's because you're kind of looking down a little bit anyway, right?
And it's gonna like kind of like especially illuminate a little bit, you know. So
all right. Well, hey,
no, that's been brought up too, Trey. I mean, and that's the kind of things I want to hear too, because I want to try to put it all together and then just try to figure out what the best thing is, you know. But let me ask you this, Trey, like. Obviously, you go to a lot of the races. You do the nationals. Like, have you sat back and like looked at our lights for the nationals?
Yeah, I don't,
you know, they're just a solid light.
Yeah, but I don't like the placement.
Right. No, 100%.
I do like the light at the nationals better than the Supercross one, but the placement's so hard. I mean, you know how narrow your focus gets.
Yeah. Well, we struggle with the outdoors, Trey, because they can't be right on the track, but then we have the water truck roads right
they're just gonna blow them right over.
It's really hard to try to find where we could put them and it be safe, and they need to be enclosed. You know. But I really just mentioned it just for the size of it, you know, because well, you know, because you can be like up on Martin Hill at Millville, and you can see the daggum light down there at the finish line flashing. You know, like it's gnarly. One more thing with the light is they don't have enough of them, but with the red light on the face of the jump, wherever it is, we normally have a lead-in light at the beginning of like the turn, or like right before you get to where the lights are on each side of the jump. There's not enough of those to have a lead-in light everywhere where we have a red light. So they need to invest more into that to where they actually see that red light before they actually get to where the incident starts. But it needs to be bigger. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
I think that's why I like the idea of the light bar or the string light is you could almost even put it across the top of the jump in a space that wheels don't even touch the ground. And it's almost video game like, right? So where the jump nearly turns red or
exactly.
You know,